Imbros Gorge in Crete, Greece. Imbros Gorge is an 11 kilometers long canyon located near Hora Sfakion in southern Crete, the Mediterranean island. It is the third most visited gorge in Crete, following Samariá Gorge and Agia Irini by Sougia, all belonging to the E4 European hiking path. It runs parallel to Samariá Gorge. Its narrowest part has 1.6 meter and it ends at the village of Kommitádes. The initial part of the gorge, which is quite wide, is called Porofrago. Initially the course is descending and the sidewalls are relatively low. But while descending, the canyon narrows continuously, the sidewalls raise higher and the scenery is impressive. Soon the sides of the canyon start approaching and getting higher. We see various caves. The rich fauna of the area to keep an eye out for include the threatened Bearded Vulture, the European Kestrel, the Partridge, the Golden Eagle, Bonelli seagull, Griffin Vulture Gyps fulvus, doves and martens, also partridges, alpine choughs, thrushes, hawks, ravens, eagles and other species of wild birds. Mammals include shrews, hedgehogs, weasels, martens and badgers, mice and bats, but these are hard to see in the daytime. The colorful flora of Crete can be seen in the gorge including trachea pine, Mediterranean cypress, plane trees and kermes oaks. The delicate pink and white flowers of the oleanders line the gorge after rain. On the sides of the cliffs grow wild herbs such as sage and Irini. Ambrose Gorge may not have the fame of Samariá Gorge, yet it is a very intriguing hike, with amazingly beautiful nature and narrow passes. Ambrose Gorge is one of the many gorges that can be found in the White Mountains Sierra at the southwestern part of the island of Crete, Greece. The gorge is part of the E4 European hiking path and it is easily accessible and properly marked. However, it should be noted that despite being easy to cross, it does not lack interest, beauty or excitement. While the initial part of the gorge is quite wide, it soon narrows down by high sidewalls and the landscape becomes impressive. The narrowest part is just 1.6 meters wide with sidewalls that are more than 300 meter high. The scenery is beautiful and the low difficulty makes the descent of Ambrose ideal for families with children. The route starts from Ambrose village is located at an altitude of 780 meters and is at the south end of the fertile plain of Agia. We follow the sign to the gorge entrance and soon arrive at a ticket counter. After this we reach the most impressive part of the gorge, Stinida. Here the gorge walls approach at 1.6 meters, while their height reaches 300 meter. The rocks are carved with very beautiful formations. After this narrow point, the canyon widens and we meet a resting place at position Mezzofarango. Here is a Venetian water cistern and the hut of the guard of the gorge. After a few meters we cross a landslide and immediately after the impressive narrow at Grimnaria. Immediately after that, we meet another trademark of the gorge, the stone arch Zapatera. Continuing our journey, we pass through some narrow passages and soon reach the exit of the gorge by village Kommitádes. Just at the exit there are some taverns and in the village there are more options. In the middle of the gorge, the Porofrago is a historic Venetian water cistern. Along the way, you will see stunning rock formations in the weathered limestone rock and at some points, very close dramatic canyon walls. Then you will continue south to the village of Kommitádes. Experienced walkers will join this walk with other White Mountain walks and walks from the Agia Plateau. The E4 European walking path through Crete includes the Imbros Gorge. The hike starts at approximately 700 meters above sea level and descends towards the south at approximately sea level. The exit of the gorge is at the village Kommitádes. From there you can find a taxi to take you back to your car if you have left it at the entrance of the gorge. The gorge itself is approximately 11 kilometers. The trail is generally easy and should not take more than 3 hours even to beginner hikers. Because it descends and does not present any technical difficulties, it can be a good choice for families. There are several bus services to Ambrose starting from Chania in summer. If you want to get the bus to Hora Sfakion, Ambrose, where many hikers leave their car by the entrance of the gorge or Chania, You have to either walk 4 kilometers towards Hora Sfakion or catch a taxi at the gorge exit, but with high prices. You can pass the gorge all year round except when it's raining or snowing heavily. For those who reach Ambrose with their own car, they can leave it there, pass the gorge and return to it with a taxi from Kommitádes or walk through the gorge all the way back again, as it is not so tiring. As one walks downhill almost 9 kilometers, it is something like half of Samariá Gorge. But Samariá Gorge is scree above the riverbed, and Ambrose Gorge is round scree of the dry creek bed. The Ambrose Gorge is strenuous. Proper shoes with ankle support should be worn. The best times to walk are spring and autumn when temperatures are not too high or low. Tour groups do visit the gorge, so if you want to avoid them, start your walk a little later in the day. Tours are available from both Chania and Rethymnon, with various combinations taking you through the gorge and to the south coast to see the magnificent beaches. See the gorge with an experienced local guide. The name of the gorge comes from the village that marks its beginning, Imbros. The village is located on the road that connects Chania with Hora Sfakion and therefore it is easily accessible by car. Parking is available at the entrance of the gorge. There is also a frequent bus service during spring and summer months. The best season to cross the gorge is either spring or autumn, when temperatures are milder. During winter, access is limited because of danger of watercourses or falling rocks. Hiking during summer is not a bad choice, but you should consider that it is more probable to find a lot more people around and also the temperature can be high and sun can be quite strong, though as soon as you enter the narrow parts of the gorge these are not problems as you will be hiking in shadows. An added bonus from hiking during summer is that you can go to the beach which is quite close from the exit and enjoy the incredible pristine sea at the south of Crete. Start your walk at the village of Ambrose in the region of Chania in western Crete. The location is 57 kilometers southeast of the town of Chania. If driving, park on the south side of the village and begin your walk. You will see a wooden signpost. Pay a small entrance fee to enter the gorge. The entrance is called Porofrago in local dialect and was heavily fought over when defending Sfakia from the Turkish troops. The track leads to the village of Kommitádes which is an 8 kilometers hike. The path is quite rocky and all downhill. Take good walking shoes and your own water. There is plenty of shade along the way from the trees and the sides of the canyon. Keep your eye out for raptors high above you and in the rocky cliffs. You will see many caves in the cliffs and rocky canyon. This track is accessible all year. It is actually not closed, because it is not a national park, but care should still be taken in autumn, winter and spring months as rains will mean water. And water wants to flow down the gorge. Do not hike if there has been recent rain. In many parts of the gorge we meet traces of the old stone-paved trail that was once the main passage from Sfakia to Chania. Therefore, the canyon was a theater of several battles between the Ottomans and the Christians during the Turkish occupation of Crete, especially in 1821 and 1867. The legend tells that 2 brothers were banished from Ambrose, Turkey and lived in the Ambrose village, Crete. The Imbros Gorge mule trail was the only connection between Chania and Hora Sfakion, before the road was built. Remains of this trail can be still seen. The gorge witnessed an evacuation of several thousands of British soldiers during World War II before heading to Egypt. Moving on, we cross the position called Airplane, where a German plane crashed during the Second World War. Debris is housed in the War Museum at Askifu. Immediately after that, we encounter the first very narrow passages of the gorge and then arrive at position Gornia, that is basins, where there are several small basins in the rock filled with water in winter. Like us and join us at Extreme Collections for more fun and knowledge.